2 days ago on May 6th was the first day of Ramadan. A lot of you might have learned this in like elementary school or middle school or something, where Ramadan is known as the month of where Muslims around the world, they fast. I have notes right here so that I don't like repeat myself. This is where Muslims around the world, they don't eat or drink from dawn to sunset. A common misconception is it's from sunrise to sunset, but it's from dawn, which is even earlier. Okay, this is day one. I just woke up and I feel like, you know when you like eat a little bit more than you're supposed to, and then like after lunch or something, like 20 minutes later, then you feel it? That's sort of how I feel right now. Hunger level is like -1, because I feel a little over the top. Now, I will assume that most of you have never fasted before, so you'll be completely unfamiliar with really what goes on inside the body. And most people, when they fast, like non-Muslims, they also allow themselves to drink water. If you didn't know that about Muslim fasting, we don't drink water. Now it's lunchtime. Both Brayden and Logan are in band doing their stuff, and hunger level, like a little hungry, but not too much. I've just been getting some schoolwork done on my laptop. Now I'm gonna go to my math class and read my book that I was supposed to have read by tomorrow. So I still have a little time. So like I said, most of you haven't done this before. You might be asking yourself why? Why do we Muslims do this? And it's not just because God tells us to. There's a lot more reasons than that. One of the reasons why Muslims fast all around the world is because of self-discipline or self-control. Because there's a strict set of guidelines that you have to follow every single day, from when you can eat, from when you can't eat, when you can eat again, and all the prayers in between and everything. It's a lot more strict than usual, which it's sort of like a practice. Because I mean, fasting isn't that hard. It's hard for like the first couple of days, but then afterwards you get used to it. Your body gets used to it. And something else that comes with that self-control is one of the second reasons that I have on my notes here, which is to practice staying away from that which is disallowed. Because in Islam, there's a lot of things that you can't do. You can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't gamble, you can't do drugs. There's a lot of things that aren't allowed. The third reason that we fast is it's sort of like a reminder of the less fortunate. You know, there's a lot of people that are starving, there's a lot of people that can't afford food, and it sort of gives us, instead of us just having to sympathize with them, we can now empathize with them. There's a difference between the two words. Once you feel what they feel constantly, except they don't have a choice, it sort of like broadens your perspective, and it also leads into my next point, which is right after Ramadan, it's a time where Muslims give up 2.5% of their money towards charity. It's like we have a mandatory charity system in Islam, and as you can imagine, once you have that empathy towards the less fortunate, it's gonna make you feel a lot better about donating. If that makes sense. I think it does. So this room at the back of the school is like where I pray my noon prayer every single day. And I want to give you an update. I'm feeling cold. And I only brought a t-shirt today because it was supposed to be really hot. But since I haven't had any food and it's not that hot outside, I'm kind of cold. And obviously there's also religious and spiritual reasons why we fast, which we believe in, but a lot of you aren't going to. So I'm not going to dwell too far into it because most of you aren't going to be able to relate to it. And then you might also ask, is every Muslim supposed to do this? Like even if they're sick or if they're like pregnant or something? And the answer is no. There's exceptions to this. People that are children, elderly, the sick, women who are pregnant, nursing. Basically, if you can't, then you don't have to. but I can, my mom can, so we will. My dad's actually having some stomach problems, so he can't. And my brother, he doesn't have to technically yet, so he's not gonna. It's getting kind of dark out here. I'm actually really surprised today I'm not as hungry as I was like the last couple years on the first day, because the first day and like the second day and maybe sometimes even the third day are like the worst. You absolutely cannot even feel yourself. But today I feel fine. But like I was saying, it's that first bite that makes you really appreciate food all over again every single year. I can't wait. The sun has now finally set. It is now time to eat. Oh. Just look at that. Oh. Absolutely delish. I'm just gonna, I already broke my fast a little earlier. You're supposed to do it with fruit, not with junk food like this. Man, that tastes so good. So much better than if I hadn't fasted. Whew. Okay, that's it for today. Good night. Okay, that really was it. That was my Ramadan video explaining Ramadan and why we Muslims fast. I mean, there's a lot of things that I missed in this video about Ramadan, but I'll slowly fill you in if you follow along with my journey throughout this month. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to mention. I took like a 3-day break off of YouTube, but now I'm back at it again. Daily videos. Yeah, see you again tomorrow.